Hello. In this video, we'll use Python tools for Visual Studio to create a simple polls application with the Django Web Framework. It will store its data in a MySQL database on Microsoft Azure, and the application will be hosted in an Azure website. I'll be using Visual Studio 2013, PTVS 2.1 including the samples v6, Azure Tools for VS 2013, and Python 2.7. We'll start by creating a new project using one of the samples. The project templates for the samples are installed under Python samples. We'll use polls Django Web Project. We'll pick the option to install the external packages used by the application into a virtual environment. We'll keep the default name and select Python 2.7 as the base interpreter. The option to download and install packages is checked, which means PTVS will pip install the packages in the requirements.txt once the virtual env is created. Before we run the application, we need to have a database. The default settings specify a SQLite database in the project folder. We just need to run the Django syncdb command to create the database file. Now we'll start debugging. First, we need to log in using the credentials we just created. Let's create sample polls and vote a few times to see the application in action. Next, we'll create a MySQL database hosted on Microsoft Azure. In the Azure Management Portal, click New, then Store. Select ClearDB MySQL Database. Select Free for a database with up to 20 megs of storage. Enter a name. Select a region. Then click Purchase. Once the database is created, we can view the connection info in the Management Portal. We'll use this value in the Django Settings module. We'll now configure the application to use the MySQL database. Next, we'll install the MySQL Python package for MySQL database support. Using Easy Install. We need to synchronize the database again, this time against the MySQL database on Azure. I'll use the same credentials as before for my convenience. We can now debug the application again, and this time it's using the MySQL database on Azure. Let's create sample polls and vote a few times. Let's look at how to deploy this application to Microsoft Azure. Select Publish. Select Microsoft Azure Websites. We'll click to create a new site. Enter a name. Select a region and click Create. In the next page, there are two options of special interest. You can choose which configuration you want to publish. If you want to use remote debugging, you'll need to publish the debug configuration. Under File Publish Options, there's an option to remove additional files at destination. If you keep publishing different apps to the same website, you'll want to check this option to make sure there are no leftover files from the previous apps. We'll accept the defaults and click Publish. And when it's done publishing, the website will open automatically in your browser. The application is now running in an Azure website. There we have it. Our Django application is deployed to an Azure website and is running using a MySQL database hosted on Azure. Thanks for watching.